It's when you're being compared to Diao, it's a little hard to say you're efficient, but yeah, they are still absolutely someone who cannot be stopped in that department.
All right, going into the actual match. This is gonna be a banger. I'm looking forward to this. They're starting off pretty slow, relatively.
Yeah, going a little light there, but I think we'll see a speed up any moment now. Yeah, Diao is starting to get that back-to-back chain going right away. Already up to 9 here. Ru is forced to downstack, but is working well through the clean they have, and Diao looks like was a bit greedy trying to keep that back-to-back. Forced to break out of it, but still got a nice downstack to kill RIDERIS.
242 APM. Diao was not holding back tonight. Diao was going full force, and those are the stats you can expect from him. LST World Champion coming in with the LST. One of the few sub-30s in the world.
It's like nearly sub-25, I think. Or I think it's like a 23, actually. Their LST is off the charts, and I mean, they're showing it off so far. They have that back-to-back going strong.
It's at 12, it's still going, it's so clean. RIDERIS is struggling to keep up. They don't have a chain. Diao's is just incredible. How is this board still so clean after all this time? Nice spike from RIDERIS in the meantime, catching Diao off guard.
Yeah, it looks like Diao a little too greedy with that, was not stacking through that cheese they had on the board, and RIDERIS definitely took advantage to tie it immediately back up.
I think an LST attempt from Diao here, but the Q did not work out. Transitions perfectly to the other side. That's nearly an LST board again. Could happen. I
No,
feel like
can't
Diao's
keep
playing
it going.
slow, but like he's at 4 PPS. It just doesn't feel fast.
I think it's definitely a lot less bursty and more just like consistent speed, so it doesn't feel as fast. But I mean, yeah, they're still maintaining good effort. But RIDERIS on the side with such a nice combo, sending so much cheese to Diao and starting that back to back here. But Diao ready with that C-spin, but the
so
misdrops.
RIDERIS has the perfect killing board. Already 2 points, both on the board. RIDERIS getting the first lead.
Yeah, nicely done there. Diao just making a small mistake with those 2 misdrops, and it cost them that round, but they do not care for this round. Is a mental reset, starting it off with that back-to-back, but RIDERIS with such a clean board, has such a massive spike ready, but Diao takes it so well, ready to counter-spike.
Okay, it's fixable. RIDERIS was looking a little rough there, misdropped the piece, fixes it perfectly though. Looking so clean now. They're completely out.
Yeah, that was such a nice fix. I thought that misdrop might have cost them, but they make it down to the bottom. Now both of them looks like in a pretty neutral position, just trying to get that back-to-back chain started once again. And yeah, it looks like they're
right now. They're both at 6, but that was the first misdrop. Oh no!
And then the team misdrop after as well cost them. RIDERIS now up 2 points to start here, going in strong immediately.
Absolutely, that's the lead that they have to maintain if they want to take this set over Diao. $100 APM for both, which is low at this level, but another misdrop for Diao? That was not looking particularly good.
Yeah, RIDERIS I think also had a misdrop, so it kind of canceled out at that point, but looks like both of them got it out so cleanly, and RIDERIS is such a 31 spike. Oh my goodness, they are playing so well right now. Diao's not able to get anything going.
Beautiful timing. RIDERIS just had the board and found the opportunity. With a spike of that size, you can spike at any board height and it's gonna kill.
Yeah. And now with this round going, it looks like Diao, I think, might have misheld that PC to start there.
Oh,
or choosing not to go for it intentionally, but has that C-spin ready to follow it up. But RIDERIS, amazing downstack to cancel basically all of it.
That's at 4.4, by the way. I don't know why it still doesn't feel fast.
It's just that consistency. It doesn't feel fast, but they're zooming right now. But RIDERIS, on the other hand, playing a lot more efficiently, just 3.3.
Efficiently? That's a 23 back-to-back chain that Diao just broke. But okay, we're back into a neutral position. RIDERIS is somehow surviving 250 APM with ease, it seems like. Okay, struggling a bit now. Missed drops.
Oh, yeah, not with ease there. Diao does take it with that 1 PPS gap and speed, and I mean that might be what it takes because Ritter is playing so well right now. And Diao starting off that round with the miss drop there. Ritter on the other side has that clean board. They're working so well to upstack right now. And yeah, it looks like Diao might be...
Ritter is looking rough, has a perfect down stack. Cleans it up perfectly yet again. It's so good at fixing the miss drops.
Yeah, it's just so clean from both players right now. That was such a nice TSS into Tetris from Ritter to keep the back-to-back. And they're still going right now. Diao on the other side being sent to the top right now, trying to find the down stack, but Ritter miss-dropping, so they cannot continue it.
Spike? Okay. Where'd it go? Ritter's just disappeared it.
Yeah, they just managed to time it out so well there. And still maintaining their back-to-back, both of them in the meantime.
Oh, one is gone. That's a 22 spike from Diao. Already at double digits and looking for more. 16 spike. Every single attack is going to hurt right now.
Ritter just comboing so well to get out of it, though. Yeah, they're just ready with an attack to cancel basically every moment.
I don't like this work from Diao. Wait, how is... Okay, he's making it work. Never mind, but finally, okay.
Ritter is still alive, though. Does survive.
Ritter's looking so much cleaner. Ritter has the kill. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was such amazing survival by Ritter. They just timed everything so well, canceled at the right moments. And even with that 20 plus back-to-back, it did not matter. Diao made one mistake and Ritter took advantage.
Ritter is not always known for consistency, but tonight they're incredibly consistent. Out-consistencying Diao of all people.
Yeah, definitely not something I was expecting, but yeah, it looks like they are prepared for this matchup right now. They do have a difficult position they're in right now, though.
Wait. Oh no, that skim's not gonna work out. And that's a 13 back-to-back chain from Diao to kill.
Yeah, it looks like Diao just relying a lot more on these back-to-back chains to get the wins. And still, it's not completely working out so far. They have gotten 3 rounds, but Ritter are playing so well to counter it.
Diao has gone for LST every possible moment, but Ritter is with a nice 21 spike, catching Diao off guard. There was no defense on his board yet, and Ritter has just managed to capitalize on it.
Yeah, now over the halfway point for them in terms of points. Doing such a nice job just countering all of Diao's pressure, but right now Diao again continuing with that pressure. Looks like they don't want to stop, even if it hasn't been completely working out. They are willing to greet it and take it to the end there, but forced to break out of it.
Wait, okay. Diao's looking so clean right now, about to start the back-to-back chain yet again. That's a perfect spiking board. That's a 32 spike.
But Ritter lives it. That was such a clean find.
Goodness gracious, oh my goodness. Ritter is timing everything perfectly and now has a perfect LST board as well. Misdrops the eyepiece. Oh, this is gonna be well. Misdrops the
L-piece. Yeah, with that, Diao takes it. That's what you need. 240 APN for 40 seconds, and Ritter finally down for the count.
Diao is bringing it back, not letting the Tetra League set go just yet. Ritter is starting with 0-9. Not the best opener, but they'll make it work.
I mean, they're good with that 0-9. They've got that Tetris experience, and they do manage to transition it, but didn't keep the back-to-back. Well, Diao is the one keeping it going right now. Has that STSD set?
That's a 20 spike. That's a 25 spike. Wait, there's cheese. Diao's not looking good. Diao's going to have to work so hard to get out, and he does. Down stacking perfectly. All the cheese is gone. This is wiped out of existence.
Yeah, Ritter not able to get that kill, even though that was such a nice spike into cheese. Diao had such a great down stack out of it, but Ritter keeping it going, following it up with a 24 spike, yeah.
Okay, the back-to-back's looking really clean now. That was also looking clean as well. Ritter has to break the back-to-back in order to get down. But now we are into a neutral mid-game. Diao has the advantage with the back-to-back. That 25 spike might deter him. Never mind, he just keeps it going. He does not care.
He is fine right now. Has such a massive 23 spike to follow up. Now 1 away from tying it right back up. Even though Ritter has that lead, it's only shrinking at this point as Diao looks like they're starting to get warmed up here.
Might be some confidence issues here. RIDERIS has started misdropping a lot, and what is this infinite skimming strat that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, it does not work out there.
Okay. We're tied up. Dale just sees RIDERIS doing nothing, and he's like, okay, I'll take it. It's a free kill at this level. You can spike from the very bottom of your board. You can't just do nothing. You have to have some form of defense.
Yeah, and I think with that round, I feel like the momentum has palpably shifted in DL's direction. They're just playing so well at this point here. Are forced to break out of the back-to-back they had. RIDERIS is ready with their own, but looks like they might not be able to keep it for long if DL continues the spiking, and they make that misdrop as well at the top, now just trying to downstack.
Oh, there's no multiplier. I thought there was. I thought RIDERIS was about to like 30 spike, but one piece off. Oh, they're both breaking the back-to-back chains. They're trying to send cheese. They're trying to adapt.
Yeah, but RIDERIS still has so much clean on their board that they're working with here, while DL trying to get that back-to-back chain up to 9 at this point here. Continuing it so well right now.
Oh my goodness, all the garbage is gone, but a misdrop is going to slow RIDERIS down. DL's going to try to capitalize, and he will.
Yeah, now taking, I believe that is the first lead of the set for them. I think were leading 1-0 at the start, but it has been a while since that, and they've brought it back.
That is a potential league set, and the first time Dell has taken a lead. RIDERIS, what are you? Oh no, this is so rough. I don't think there's. Wait, there is.
He had an out, but they misheld.
Misheld. Oh no.
And with that, DL only 3 away from taking this first set, even though they started down, just made such a nice comeback here.
Imp cross opener for DL. Meanwhile, RIDERIS is just doing nothing yet again, just infinite skimming. Maybe just waiting for DL to make a mistake. Waiting for a chance to pounce.
I think the nerves might be kicking in because they're definitely just not playing as clean as they were at the start of this set. Definitely downstacking so much more now, and with those types of spikes that Dio just sent, that's what it requires.
Looking like QMK here with these clean downstacks, but not looking at like QMK by Night sending anything, and that misdrop is not going to help matters.
Yeah, you can see they've sped up a lot more now, and the APM has only gone down in the meantime. But now, DL's the one struggling at the top still.
There's downstacks. He's gotta get out. No, that okay. The misdrop. Never mind. Wait, RIDERIS? Excellent spike.
That pressure. Still going here right now. Finally gets another win. What a nice game. They were downstacking for so long that game, but when they had that back-to-back ready, they sped up and got it going so cleanly.
Finally, the adaptation works, and RIDERIS stalls until Dell gets a little too greedy. Yet again, though, Dell's just going with the offense, trying to dictate the pace of this set. RIDERIS misdrops. That's the danger of playing too passively. You open yourself up for opportunities like that.
Yeah, when you're playing passively like that, it's ultimately up to your opponent how much they pressure, and it looked like it worked out for them. But at the start of this game, DL does have the misdrop, but it might be good for them because they got the perfect well, but still so much pressure by RIDERIS.
Perfect downstack. That's so beautiful. DL's all the way out. Looking so clean. Minus. Okay, we'll donate to fix this board. It was looking super jank for a while. Meanwhile, RIDERIS, some things to deal with.
Yeah, misdropping a little bit, do manage to get out of it, but DL does have that back-to-back build in the meantime. Up to 13 at this point, does break out of it as they do have a little bit cheese. Does give RIDERIS a little bit of wiggle room to start their own back-to-back.
RIDERIS back-to-back is looking so clean until that misdrop, right as I say that. Commentator's curse kicking in. Dell does not have
it so well.
Okay, back into a neutral mid-game we go.
Yeah, it looks like both of them just trying to find a way to build that back-to-back, but RIDERIS being sent to the top at this moment, forced to downstack so quickly. Do make it down, but that team misdrop might cost them at the top here.
Wait!
Just barely with the multiplier!
Beautiful fix! Dell was in the lead and still is with that 15 back-to-back chain. Somehow he's still keeping it going. Finally forced to break it here, as RIDERIS finds the perfect downstack to break the chain.
Yeah, it looks like Rideru choosing to time there, even though Dio dealing with so much ease there.
Oh
no! With the Irish drops at the top, and with that, Dio 1 away from winning the first set here.
No, not the roof misdrop. They just covered everything up with that one. It's the roughest misdrop in the game. There's no competition when you just misdrop an eyepiece and cover up everything.
Yeah, now Rideru is getting into this match with that back-to-back massive 28 spike. Dio not ready to counter it. Rideru keeping their life in the game.
That is the best spike so far in the set. That's all cheese. Even if Dio survives that, he's still dead later. There's no way anyone can downstack through that. But
no! With that, Dio takes it. Rideru the TPs. Oh, what a heartbreaker.
That is not how we wanted to see this end. RIDERIS was picking their pace back up, doing so well, and then just the most heartbreaking misdrop ever.
Yeah, and with that, Dio coming back from being down to take the first set in this match, just needs one more to move on to top 4, and now Rideru's definitely forced in the backseat, trying to get 2 wins in a row now.
Oh, I truly feel that misdrop. But with that, I will be stepping out from comms for tonight. Our actual commentator is back from football now. Okay.
Oh, okay, I guess we're doing the swap live here, folks.
I mean,
if it works. Okay.
I mean,
welcome back, Davo.
Alright, thanks, of course. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I could have been here right at it, but you know, I mean, there's not many more places to get as hype and as prepared for this than a football of just insanely crowded and loud fans. And I am ready here to bring that energy as well. And I can already see Dio and RIDERIS well on their way to a fantastic first set, 11-8. Just watching a little bit behind the scenes and some very, very impressive stuff from both sides. Very excited to see how they continue to tackle their set 2.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, with that, I think we're ready to go here. Thank you, Ben, again for their commentary. I believe they'll be back later for some analysis, but with that, let's get into the second set.
All right, and so again, clean slate. So RIDERIS able to get quite a bit of momentum early on towards the set. I think had like a 2-6 lead currently. So if they're able to continue through with a little bit of early game momentum and prevent DL from running away with it, I think RIDERIS has a really good shot of trying to take this set 2 and push it to a set 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right now they're playing so well. Have such a nice combo there to get the finishing blow again, starting out with a win in this second set here.
And we have early INT, so probably a TKI from both players, as we do see a lot of players loving those clean, low transitions to the board. Want to make sure that they have a lot of flexibility in dealing with the garbage. We can see both players trying to build up back-to-back. RIDERIS with a misdrop is going to cut, but it looks like Diao is going to as well, and we're probably going to get stuck here in a little bit of a mid-game as both players scramble for some footing.
Brood is keeping that back-to-back so well right now. Dio trying to find a downstack here. But looks like Brood, I'm not sure if that was a misshot or not, but follows it up with a nice 21 spike, sending a bit of cheese to Dio. Now looks like they are trying to maintain back-to-back. Even though they do have cheese on the board, Dio does not care whatsoever about that cheese.
Back and the well's open, that's a 20 spike. And there's still a lot more left on this board to send some garbage. The mini T-spin, I think, sent almost 6 or 7 lines. RIDERIS gets to the eyepiece in time, but they're not going to be able to defeat DL's relentless offense and immediately evens it back up, still 1 game apiece.
Yeah, that was such nice downstacking by Dio. They managed to keep that back-to-back basically the whole time there, and Rideru cannot keep up. And Dio starting this round with that PC. Looks like Rideru on the other side has some misshops they're trying to get out of. Do make it to the clean, but has no eyepiece in sight. Finally gets down in time, but Dio is building up that back-to-back, not able to keep it going there.
Cancel, and look at this. Both players striding at nearly 4 pieces per second. We know a lot of players were able to get a little bit more of that efficiency check early on in the round of 16, but with round of 8, it's all or nothing, and everyone is just sprinting their hearts out in order to try and get the slimmest of advantages because it's so difficult this far into TWC. And the speed just has not stopped. Diao, what are these T-spin overhangs? 18 back-to-back! And 230 APM out of Diao, and that's their second win.
Yeah, and Rideru just misdropping a little too much at the top, cannot find a way out. Even though they were playing so well, again, when Diao has that 18 back-to-back, it is so hard to be stopped. And right now, they're going into the LST back-to-back. They're such a nice floating to keep it going. Rideru forced in the down-stacking position to not make it down in time.
And, I mean, you don't really get to see a bit of that opener sprint really take the early games. But 4.75 PS out of Diao, seeing some Westel numbers, and just with this kind of an offense, RIDERIS able to get to another eyepiece, but it gets locked again. And Diao really starting to turn on this Jets for set 2, kind of a little bit of a wake-up call for RIDERIS, that they are not going to have any bit of an easier time trying to take another off of Diao.
Yeah, it feels like after Diao got warmed up that second set and started rolling, they cannot be stopped anymore. Rideru is struggling to find anything right now. Forced into the down stack position. That was such a nice down stack, but not enough.
And I feel like Diao is just really working with this back-to-back, where previously we've seen them try to maintain a bit of efficiency, worry about getting a lot of down stack through the garbage. But in reality, if you can keep back-to-back going this quickly, you don't even really need to worry about garbage, because offense is all you're going to need to start driving home this offense. And 6-1 lead, really showing that they have come to win TWC this year and are not going to be going any less easy on tonight's ladder opponents.
Yeah, just unstoppable force right now Diao is with this back-to-back. Rideru struggling to make it down, barely surviving that. Nice donation there, but not able to keep the back-to-back in the meantime, while Diao on the other side has that TeamTSD ready for a mini spike.
Right. Okay, and RIDERIS is really trying to make the garbage work with them. Beautiful cut copy. Down stack as well to try and get some more garbage through. They have a little bit less garbage, but Diao has a bit of a spike. Misdrop, RIDERIS converts into T-spin single, and the down stack will help keep them alive as Diao struggles to get more back-to-back currently built up.
Yeah, looks like they were dealing with a bit of cheese on their board, trying to make their way down through it while maintaining that back-to-back. They're doing that so nicely, but Rideru is pressuring so much that they can't.
Wow, and RIDERIS there really just felt that momentum. Had a lot of clean garbage on the right side, and just a little bit of that elevator gaming from the top to the bottom. Bring the rings down, and that is the second one for RIDERIS. We're going to need to see a little bit more out of them to really start shifting that momentum, but that is a fantastic start if they can keep this momentum going.
And keeping it going, they are with this 9 back-to-back here. Diao forced in the down stacking position. Do send a nice counter spike, forcing Rideru out, but Diao still with a difficult board right now. Rideru on the other side has that team misdrop, not able to keep the back-to-back, and follows up with another misdrop, letting Diao take another one.
That's still a lead of 5, but I mean, RIDERIS gonna need 9, only giving up, what, 3 or so for Diao? They were able to hold about that win rate early on in set 1, but we're gonna need to see something turn on. 20 spike though, and we see Diao being very low to the board, but the counter spike from RIDERIS really trying to force Diao out of it, and Diao making a lot of compromises. Oh, the greedy accept, but RIDERIS is gonna get away with it. What a beautiful donation. It opens up to the well. They can keep it clean. Unfortunately, has to break back-to-back, but they're going all in on the spike, but it doesn't kill. And Diao is still stacking up, building this back-to-back over a center well and some cheese.
Yeah, finally deciding they're gonna break back-to-back and down-stack here, but Rideru does not care. They have their own back-to-back chain they are trying to build here. Looks like they're not able to keep it going as they are sent a bit of cheese here. This is giving Diao the chance to build their own here. Nice 180 to fix that soft drop, and now Rideru is in such a high position right now, trying to find the down stack.
Got to the O piece in time and beautifully sets it for the T-spin double, but they're gonna combo through anyways. Mid-game all clear for RIDERIS, but Diao is flying through this LST and not losing any beats. Still keeping it clean, finally breaks it, and that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. An 8-2 from Diao. LST through the perfect clear. No opener strats can ever stop Diao if they're going to be playing like this tonight.
Yeah, they're just playing so well right now. Ridderu can't do anything, a single mistake, and they're out for the count. Right now, they're just forced to downstack as Dio has this 8 back-to-back, still going so fast right now, nearly 5 PPS here, not breaking it whatsoever, has that 23 spike Ridderu just trying to find any downstack.
300! And RIDERIS is still getting a counter spike. Diao has to stop to live it, and they're actually gonna die from RIDERIS' counter spike.
Yeah, what an amazing downstack by Ridderu. I thought they were dead for sure, but they kept it alive there, taking another match, trying to inch back closer, but Diao following up that loss with another back-to-back chain, gets that TSD, into TSD, into the perfect C-spin well.
Oh my god, and Dio's trying to push another 300 APM round. RIDERIS still is unfazed. And the back-to-back, the weight! A little bit of holes in Dio's stack, so it's going to be compromising the builds. RIDERIS combos through into that quad. On the combo, Dio has some options left. Gonna rely on that speed to make sure they're able to stay efficient. Sets up the prophecy on the Kaiden setup, but RIDERIS is still greeting for T-spins.
Yeah, still barely living here, timing to cancel all of that send so well. Now has the perfect wealth to start attacking here, but Dio is still not done, has an STSD ready.
24, but it doesn't matter. Dio was also in the process of sending that spike. With this back-to-back though, RIDERIS might be able to start building up some steam. Oh no, it breaks
out of it. Yeah, and Dio following that up with a 22 spike, still to take it. Ridderu played so well, but it does not matter when you're playing against Dio, now 2 away from moving on to top 4 here.
And RIDERIS seems to be building up a little bit of that early back-to-back. Dio seems to be taking it a little bit slower, although I think they were definitely having a little bit of a strong stride moment just because they were dropping a game. They might not want to double down on that strategy. And Ridderu really making this work. Oh my lord, the
30 spike to kill. That's what it takes, folks.
And Ridderu, after again, what is this? 2 or 3 wins out of the last 5, I think, from Ridderu. So I mean, slow but steady. But hey, any bit of momentum. That's all I'm saying. The momentum game is huge. And Dio
still not able to kill though. Dio makes it out of it, just barely surviving through the clutches, and now deciding to time a massive spike there.
Oh, but Dio, no garbage on the Matrix, and that is their 10th. 1 game left. Ridderu is on match point. They're gonna need 7 straight against the 2 seed of our tournament, and by many considered to be the favorite to win. But if this at 1 is anything to go off of, this might be the player to do it.
Yeah, right now they have that back-to-back being built up here, but Dio on the other side also ready here, and Ridderu not having the TPs in time, and it costs them, and with that, Dio moves on to top 4.
My goodness, and oh my lord, the offense difference between Dio and Ridderu, 1,500 to 1,000 lines sent in a first to 11. I mean, sometimes people say the best defense is a good offense, and Dio definitely showing if you're able to keep pulling that tug of war rope.